3, 2, 1.
Happy Friday! Hey, this is Talent Market Update, the Talent Live Market Update. And we're just a little after. Thank you for being patient, waiting for us. It is Friday, October 23rd. We're a week and a day away from Halloween. But we have news for you that is not scary. You're going to like today. But before we get started, let us introduce Miss Davina Clarity!
Good morning. Happy Friday. We're twinning. We're twinning with the light, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking up to the sky. Actually, Donna was looking on last week because you'd mentioned it. And after we were done, she was like, you know what? You look like a minion when you look up. I was like, So we actually got a lot of news, or at least we have a lot of things to go over. We've of course got Blue Friday today, getting ready for the Seahawks. Their game has moved to Sunday night because it was apparently something to do with some contact tracing with the Raiders. So Seahawks get the nice prime position Sunday Night Football. Excited, but we have some things going on in the market, don't we?
Absolutely. And it's good. It's good. I one of the great things, that we've been able to at least be consistent with from the time that we actually started doing this. So we started doing this in March, and now here we are. It's been almost like 9 months. And I feel like with market information, it's always been information, but it's been good news. Or promising news. It's been positive news for the most part, which, I'm really thankful for in the conditions where there's so many unknowns. So.
Yeah, it's been almost surprising, right? When we came on and started doing these, our expectation was we were almost going to be comforters.
Right.
Like we were there to hold your hand through all of this, because it was so incredibly scary. But if anything, after an initial hesitation, it's been kind of exciting in ways.
Mm-hmm. People are making life changes that they would have never expected to do during this season. So,
yeah. Actually, you know what? When you said that, I didn't even think about this. Hey, Christy, how many of these have we done in the different iterations between market 90? Oh my goodness. Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, in 10 more, we can celebrate our 100th episode. We're gonna have to do something like Mardi Gras crazy or something.
Yeah. Responsibly and socially distanced.
Right?
Interesting. Well, you know what? We had last week, enjoyed it a lot. We had some good participation with questions. Please throw them in the comments. We would love to have conversation with you. This is what we love to do. But the very first thing we typically start with, and we'll do it again today, new listings and open houses for the weekend. So starting off, the first one we have brought to you from Miss Carolyn Holt out of the Olympia office. This is at 5012 Boardwalk Street Southeast in Lacey, Washington. It is a list price of $449,900. It's been on the market one single day. It's 4 bedrooms, 2.25 bath, 2,146 square foot on a 3,392 square foot lot in Rochester School District, apparently. And this is one that is fantastic. You should see it now while you still can.
Get it while it's hot, right? All right. Our Giamara Nicolo out of our DuPont office has listed this Rambler in Lakewood, 10116 47th Avenue. It is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, just under 1,000 square feet in a cul-de-sac. It's got laminate flooring. It's got updated kitchen, fully fully fenced front and backyard. Super cute. And it is listed for $270,000. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a deal. Look at that. So get out there and take a peek.
Oh,
go ahead.
Absolutely. And the next one we have from Marie Wood out of the Olympia office. This one is at 2621 36th Avenue Southeast in Olympia. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,900 square foot home on a 5,231 square foot lot. It's a Rambler. It's got a list price of $415,000, and it is going to be open this weekend for you to go view. Tomorrow from 1 to 3 o'clock, and on Sunday from 11 to 1 o'clock. Go out, see Marie, see this beautiful home.
Amen. All right, and here is a new listing. It just came on the market yesterday, 2611 10th Street Southwest in Puyallup. I just listed this house. It is listed at $450,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.75 bath, split level. It's absolutely amazing in a cul-de-sac, just over 2,400 square feet. Great floor plan in the city limits of Puyallup, close to everything. 3-car garage. It's going to be open this weekend. It's listed at $450,000. Go out there, take a look. Kasha and Sean will be hosting open house this weekend, Saturday, Sunday from 1 to 3. Would love to see this one sell this weekend.
Nice. Good morning, Scott Haas. He's out of our Olympia office, and he has a brand new listing. It is at 3201 Vista Verde Lane, Southwest in Tumwater. This is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 3,130 square foot on a 7,137 square foot lot. This is just a beautiful home. It's got a list price of $610,000. Again, if you haven't gone and seen this home, just look at the pictures right there. This is really one you don't want to miss. This is actually one of our exceptional homes.
Yes, and we have Asa Walker out of our DuPont office with this cute condo in Kent. Cute condo in Kent, 23411 102nd Avenue Southeast, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, just over 1,000 square feet, turnkey, ready to move in an awesome location. Includes all of the appliances. It also has some outdoor space with a balcony. Listed at $216,950. This price has been reduced. Get out there and take a peek at it this weekend.
Nice. And then we have from the Olympia office, Liz Anderson. This is at 2910 Jackson Highway, Chehalis, Washington. This is a 3-bedroom, 1 3/4 bath on 1,000, or the square footage is 1,484, and the lot size is 100. It's 2.5 acres. It's going to be easier for me to read that than the square footage on the lot. This is a fantastic property. It's actually also has storage units. So this is an income type of property. Really should reach out, find out a little bit more if you've been looking for something unique. It's got a list price of $399,000. This is really, really cool.
Yes, and Randy Rayala out of our Lacey office has a listing in Tanglewild, a Rambler, affordably priced. It's at 428 Thunderbird Court Southeast, and it is a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, just under 1,400 square feet on a 1/4 acre lot in a cul-de-sac. And there actually is community access, parks, pool. It's got the 2-car garage, and it is listed, as I said, affordably at $329,900. Definitely one to not pass over.
Okay. And to end on these, we're going to actually invite you out to Olympia's finest community in about the 2400 block of Lily Road in Olympia, Washington. This is Mill Pond. We have We have just a standing home or two in there, but we have some pre-sales that might be able to get ready for the holidays or at the very beginning of the year. This is just a phenomenal community. If you have not had a chance to check it out, we've got the sales team out there from Friday through Wednesdays from 12 to 5. But if you want to see it on any other time, just let us know. We'd be happy to coordinate that for you. And that was the new listings and open houses.
And you know what? Just as I've been watching, specifically on Mill Pond, it's been moving. There's been an increase of activity, and no doubt because of where we are in the marketplace, where you can actually get in on a home and not necessarily have to compete because you're doing a pre-sale and you can select your colors and your like, what a great time and opportunity to get in on a low interest rate, not to have to compete or increase. Go figure.
You can make something that was nothing. I mean, right now, where sometimes people are afraid to think or dream about their dream home. But if you're not in your dream home, the market conditions couldn't be better for you to be able to make that move in. And Mill Pond definitely is one of those homes that being able to build it from scratch and create your dream home it's incredible.
Yeah. So anyway, good stuff.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned, before we get there, check this out. We've got a happy birthday to, there we go. I was going, why aren't you playing? Happy birthday, Raphael, this weekend.
Yes, our Raphael. He is our senior broker, like our senior agent in the office. And when I say that, he has been in the business since the 70s, since we were either babies or not even born. Raphael has been in the business, and we are honored to have him on our team. A wealth of knowledge. 81. Oh, I don't know if I'm spilling the beans, but 81. Wow. And
no, he's as sharp as can be, and just an awesome individual. So
yeah, he comes in the office. He wears his suit and tie. I don't think I've ever seen him without a tie. And yeah, in the last 10 years, I don't think I've ever seen him without a tie. So anyway,
very cool.
Yep.
Well, you know what? You'd mentioned interest rates, and man, we were talking about it before. You were saying, how low can you go? And it felt like the mortgage rate limbo. And we keep wondering, and look at that. Mortgage rates, when you think it can't go any lower, fell by another basis point. So last week it was at 2.81%. This week it is at 2.8%, or this past week, I should say. It fell to 2.8%. The 15-year went down to 2.33. This is the 13th consecutive week in a row that rates have been below 3%, and the 11th time this year that we've recorded a low or an all-time low for interest rates.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the market. Last week, we talked a little about a concept of price jumping, of the unique market conditions, being able to create an opportunity for people to be able to get into their dream home when they never would have thought it was possible, especially at this time, potentially in their life. So this is something from Keeping Current Matters. And really, one of the things is we've just got this big buyer demand. Actually, I'll let the chart tell it, and then we'll just talk about the chart just for a moment. These are sources from like ShowingTime, Realtor.com, and the National Association of Realtors. Right in the upper left corner, you see that buyer demand compared to last year. Like normally, what happens in the market with that market activity about this time typically, Davina?
Well, usually around this time of year, we've got Halloween, and then we're rolling into Thanksgiving and into Christmas, and people are traveling, and they've got house guests, and they're just not thinking about, not wanting to kind of lull and put their homes on the market. So this time of year, normally, and I don't know what normal is anymore, but normally we're looking at things kind of wane and kind of just level off.
Mm-hmm.
during the the late fall and winter months.
Yeah, this first number here is saying that showing activity, when normally we see this falling during this time, is at over year from last year. We're up by 62%.
It's cray.
Yeah. The number of homes for sale down by 38%. What does that create?
Creates a market frenzy, low inventory.
Mm-hmm. And it shows you right down here. The high demand means sellers are poised to win big. You've got home prices are up by 15% over last year. That's incredible. They're selling faster than they've sold. So they're only on the market for about 21 days. That means selling the homes quicker than you can get them on. Average increase, and this is across the nation, $40,300. So how does this strike you?
Yeah, I know this, and we kind of had we had a similar experience last year where, we were saying, okay, we're going to be looking at January and the beginning of 2020 as there's going to be an overflow of buyers that wouldn't have found homes that are still going to be on the market. And of course that happened, but now with COVID, it's even impounded, and the low interest rates, that rates remaining low and actually going lower has actually increased demand. And we've got more buyers than there are houses, and sellers that are able to sell for more and buyers that are willing to pay because the interest rates are lower and the impact on them financially isn't as great as it would have been had they done this years ago. So
it's incredible. But that's the part of the education, is understanding those market conditions and understanding how you can best benefit from those conditions. So, having consultations, having just getting the information, and not just looking at the numbers themselves, because the numbers are what they are, but context is what makes it really stand out. Context is what gives you the strategies on being able to succeed in today's market, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There was one article, and it was on realtor.com, and, you just imagine, fast forward now and back when in March, would we have imagined? There was an article that said, I won, and I don't know where this particular, it was national. So it said, I won an offer, show me how Miss Buyers win out of 32 offers. We'll show you how. It's like, whoa, just imagining that would be one of the headlines,
Somebody's going to win. And with strategies, when you are in those buyer shoes, there are strategies to help you win those. Mm-hmm. If you want some, ask. We're happy for you. But what we know is these conditions aren't going to last forever, and we have a really unique opportunity here. And there's just one more that was from the National Association of Realtors here, just showing the sales. The number of sales have been actually moving up, even though inventory has been down. And you can see that reflected in here, like 2.7 months of inventory, and this is nationwide across the U.S., where last year we were at 4 months of inventory. So we're definitely feeling the heat, and then these are always going to be adjusted a bit for local conditions, right? We're not the national market here. We are definitely it certainly feels much more heated where we're at than even the national scale or scope.
Yeah, real estate is local. So definitely, no matter where you are, don't just take what you're hearing on the national level and apply it to your area. Even your neighborhood could be different than what's going on in your surrounding areas. So real estate is local. Make sure that who you are working with, if you are getting advice, is a local real estate professional that knows what's going on in your market area.
Yeah. And, kind of as a wrap up here, we like to look at some of that local information. And we talked about the ability potentially to price jump, talked about how the market has been appreciating, and just taking a peek at appreciation. So there's one of the things you can pull up through the Northwest MLS is Infosparks. And this is, let me share something over right here. And on the Infosparks, I wanted to just show what we see when we look at, this is the whole Northwest, the Northwest MLS area. And this is over a 10-year span. Right down here, this is 2010. If you can see the little cursor moving around on the left-hand low side. It moves over to 2011 and then into 2012. In 2012, this is where we see really the low part of the market, February, March, April. At the time, we certainly didn't know that was the case. But look at what's happened to that home price appreciation on the average sales price from 2012 to 2020. It's been a very steady increase over that time, a little faster than normal appreciation, but it really puts us in line where we should have been had we not had an acceleration and then a drop. We're really in a healthy spot. Would you agree? Or
Oh yeah, absolutely. So if you had bought your home like in that 2010 area, then you actually are, people think we're in a bubble, and that has been disputed, when we look at year over year where prices and appreciation would normally be, we are actually right on pace with the correction and the adjustments that our market has made.
So that's really good stuff. And then we could look at closed sales, et cetera, but just kind of going from there and taking a different peek inside. So if we go over here, we can actually see what that same chart looked like over a 10-year span. This is for Seattle. And you can see it kind of rides right along. It kind of had a little bump in 2011, and it really settled back down in 2012. But then since then, it's been on a rise in terms of values up until about 2018. And then last year, we had a little bit of a, and this is in the Seattle market specifically, a little bit of a flattening before kind of what happened with COVID. We kind of had the shutdown. And then as the market has recovered from COVID, we've really had an acceleration begin again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looking from there, we can take a peek at over here at Tacoma. So coming down a little further south. What's great about Tacoma is it looks almost identical. Tacoma is kind of cool in this way, is matching almost identically to the Northwest MLS as a whole. Kind of this more of a V-shaped type of recovery, right? And then if we go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing. I'm like, yep.
And then over here, Olympia. So coming further south from Tacoma into Olympia, it's interesting to see that where it was much more of a sharper V type of shape, we saw Olympia be much more rounded. And we tend to see that the further you are away from the heat index of kind of radiating from Seattle, King County, even Pierce or Snohomish County, right?
Yeah, getting out into more of the rural, and when I say rural, but outside of the urban, the center of the urban areas, as you move outward, you do see a softening. What's really interesting though is when you look at the softening, you see the U shape kind of looks more like a bowl, and it's just the smooth. And then look at as we get here in 2020, we're seeing more of a steeper increase towards the end as well. So.
Yeah. And you know what? Even looking from here, okay, so the average home price, sale price had been $244,000 in February of 2012. So remember that number, 244,000. Today, or as of September, 400,000. That's there's some equity some people have gotten over the years, and that is part of the opportunity people have for that dream home and the price jumping, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And and the longer that you hold on to your home, obviously you're going to pay down the more. So it's not just it's impounded by the payments that you're making that pay down your principal balance over the years, so you owe less, and then also the year over year equity that you're building just because of market increase. So you've got a double whammy there. And then because if you purchased your home and there you're sitting on a higher interest rate, now being able to purchase, and interest rates are like, people are paying with the interest rates right now, they could be half of what your normal interest rates would have been back just several years ago. So triple whammy, dollars in the pocket, more affordability, is advantages in the marketplace right now. So looking at the whole picture, it's not just one element. It's all three of these things that really look and solidify that price jumping conversation.
Yeah. And just, if you're not in your dream home right now, I'm talking to you. If you're not in your dream home right now, you need to have a conversation, because now is the time for you to dream a little bit, because this is actually the time a lot of people could make that dream a reality without even recognizing it. Potentially being able to afford your dream home, potentially for what you're already paying or very close. How incredible would that be, right?
Oh, absolutely. And here's the secret too. And it's no secret, is that if you are in that home in that affordable price range, your home is probably going to go very quickly. If you price it right, condition is right, it's all about, all of those things. It's probably going to go really quickly because it's in that affordable, most people are looking in that $300 to $400, $300 to $500 price range. Now you go up to that $750, $800, there's not as much competition in that price range. So you might be a little bit more likely to find the home of your dreams and actually make an offer and not have as much competition as you do in the more affordable price ranges. So just saying, erase the fear and start getting information and education on what your options are.
Yeah. And just the last one to highlight on the Infosparks, found this interesting because one of our offices is in DuPont, right? So in the markets, we saw everybody kind of going through, and they, the Northwest as a whole, kind of from 2012, it was a kind of a check mark that was going through. And if we looked at Olympia, it kind of did this little bowl shape. I liked that in there, that U bowl. For Tacoma, much more, or Seattle, again, this little check mark type of thing. In DuPont, though, it is very strong. It's almost like a suburb of Joint Base Lewis McChord, right? And when the market was starting to recover, we were feeling it. But back in 2014, they had a reduction in force. So what happens in Joint Base Lewis McChord really does have an impact economically across our whole region, but pretty specifically where we live. So we felt this little slowdown, but it's interesting to go back and see the numbers where in 2012, it kept going down for a little bit into the end of 2012. Then we hit the bottom. And also what happened in DuPont is the very last new home at Northwest Landing got sold, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that no more new construction. Now it's just resale that's coming through. Had a little bit of recovery. Then we started to climb up at the end of 2013. And then we had these rumors that they weren't going to be moving people across, or they were going to be reducing the troops at Joint Base Lewis McChord, right? So we had a lot of uncertainty going on in the area, and we saw that reflected in the home prices here. And then when that didn't occur and everything went back into what was normal at the time, we saw a really steep increase of pricing in DuPont. It was interesting to feel it, but it's really kind of cool to see it illustrated out on a graph.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. And inventory has been, just across the board, very low. DuPont being such a small community, when we say low inventory, we talk at one point, there was maybe one house on the market at one time. We were talking very low inventory and super, super high demand. So.
And giving context on that, prior to the bottom of the market, you would see maybe 70 homes on the market. Back in this time, you would see maybe about anywhere from about 25 to 40 homes active homes on the MLS at any one time, right? And then as we got into here, we started seeing single-digit homes active on the market, right? So very interesting.
Yeah. So with all that being said, it's all information, and it applies, and, again, we're talking about sales, but also, in the rental market as well, it's very, very tight, low inventory. Things are being rented sight unseen. So no matter where you are, and rental prices are actually paced up have paced along with, if you can afford to rent, you can probably afford to buy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the affordability for rent is lower than the affordability to own a home right now, which is kind of flipped to what it normally is. Normally, you would anticipate that you could rent for a little less than you can own because there's less of the responsibility. The home affordability has been just kind of crazy recently, especially because of those mortgage rates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, good. I know we've gone way over today on our time.
I'm just playing around here now.
So anything for the weekend before we wrap up?
Say it again.
Anything going on this weekend before we wrap up?
Yeah, well, for me, we are going to be starting on the Halloween decorations. We have our middle child who is super excited to get something kind of scary going. I guess there's a contest of some kind going on in DuPont for his scariest home, and he wants to participate. Now, we have some neighbors that we are simply not going to beat. Like, they have created a fun house around their whole yard. Not going to do that. But will we make it fun for him and our youngest? I think so. I'm hoping so.
Well, I was just having a conversation with Donna and Leah this morning, and I think, we might just skip Halloween, skip everything, go right into Christmas. Let's just start playing the Christmas music now. Let's just let Christmas last for the next few months, and then we can skip over spring. And this is me now talking, and let's just go right into summer. So Christmas and then summer. That sounds good.
They have, it's the thing. It always seems like it gets earlier and earlier that we see the Christmas decorations. I mean, and I remember I had to grab something from Home Depot, and this was at the beginning of, it was either the very beginning of this month or it was the very end of last month. And Home Depot already had like about 5 shelf lengths of like Christmas blow ups and decorations and everything else. I mean, there's the Christmas creep. And not a physical person, of course, but we're talking about the holiday creeping up in time.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I literally I'm ready. I'm ready to let's just get into Christmas holiday spirit, because I feel like that's like the warm, and people are typically, in better moods, and and get the Christmas music, happy music going. It's just,
it's time. Well, we got to get through. I cannot, I will not skip Halloween though, because our 2 of our kids at the very least would be devastated. So, oh wow, good job, Christy. Is that your tree will be up on November 1st? That's incredible.
Wow.
You know what? I'd say typically our tree is up on like January 30th, maybe in February 1st. So, I mean, we're way early. That's way late. I don't know.
Yeah, anyway. I have stories to share about that on another day when we get a little closer. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, so it's been a great day. We've had a great week. There's definitely a lot of activity that's going on in the market. Get out there, get out to an open house, or if you're interested in getting any more information about real estate, definitely reach out to your professional, reach out to us, send us a message, and we'd be happy to connect you with an agent and professional that can help you and answer some questions.
Absolutely. So going into the weekend, we always end with a great be bold. It's a declaration to ourselves to step forward, do something that makes you a little uncomfortable, because that is the way that we grow. So on 3, we'll count it out. It will say be bold, and then we will see you on Monday with a special guest, Scott Manthe from Image Arts. You ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Be bold.
Oh,
I went like this. I did a high five for some reason.
oh, well, there it is. I got you. I got you. Right there.
10. Okay.
There you go. Bye.